There was once a monster so terrifying that an entire kingdom fed it with human lives. Every year, young men and women were chosen and sent into a labyrinth from which no one ever returned. Deep beneath the island of Crete, the creature waited, half man, half bull, and always hungry. For years, no warrior could defeat it, no prisoner could escape it, no hope remained, until one prince volunteered to enter the maze, not to survive, but to kill the monster. His name was Theseus. And this is the story of how one thread changed the fate of a kingdom. Long before Theseus was born, the island kingdom of Crete was the most powerful land in the Aegean Sea. Its ruler, King Minos, was wealthy, feared, and respected throughout the world. According to legend, Minos asked the gods for a sign that he was destined to rule. The sea god Poseidon answered. From the waves emerged a magnificent white bull. It was unlike any creature ever seen. Its coat shone like polished ivory. Its strength seemed almost divine. Poseidon sent the bull as a sacred gift. In return, Minos was expected to sacrifice the animal to honor the gods. But when Minos saw the creature, greed entered his heart. The bull was too beautiful, too rare, too valuable. Instead of sacrificing it, he secretly kept the bull and offered another animal in its place. The gods were not fooled. Poseidon's anger was swift and terrible. To punish Minos, he placed a curse upon the royal family, a curse that would eventually give birth to a nightmare. The curse struck Minos' wife, Queen Pasiphae. Through divine madness, she became obsessed with the sacred bull. The tale that followed became one of the strangest and darkest stories in all of Greek mythology. From that cursed union, a child was born. But it was no ordinary child. Its body was human. Its head was that of a bull. Its strength surpassed that of any man. Its hunger could never be satisfied. The creature became known as the Minotaur. At first, Minos tried to hide the monster from the world. But as it grew, so did its violence. No chains could contain it. No guards could control it. Soon, people began disappearing. The monster devoured anyone unfortunate enough to cross its path. Terrified, King Minos sought a solution. He summoned the greatest inventor in Greece, a man named Daedalus. Minos ordered him to create a prison from which escape would be impossible. Daedalus accepted the challenge, and so he built the Labyrinth. The Labyrinth was unlike any structure ever created. Its corridors twisted endlessly. Its passages doubled back on themselves. Dead ends appeared where pathways had once existed. Walls seemed to shift like living things. Those who entered quickly lost all sense of direction. Even if someone survived the Minotaur, they would never find their way out. At the center of this maze, the monster was imprisoned. Or perhaps the world was protected from it. No one knew which was more true. For a time, Crete believed the problem had been solved, but the curse was far from over. Across the sea stood the city of Athens, and soon Athens would pay the price for Minos' suffering. Years later, tragedy struck Crete. One of King Minos' sons died while visiting Athens. Furious and heartbroken, Minos blamed the Athenians. War followed. Athens was defeated. But military victory was not enough. Minos demanded something far worse. Every 9 years, Athens would send 7 young men and 7 young women to Crete. These 14 youths would be locked inside the labyrinth. There, they would become food for the Minotaur. The people of Athens were horrified. Parents watched helplessly as their children were selected. Families were destroyed. Hope disappeared. The first group never returned. Neither did the second. As the years passed, the nightmare became a terrible tradition. Everyone knew the truth. Entering the labyrinth meant death, and eventually, the time came for another sacrifice. This time, fate had chosen the generation of a young prince named Theseus. Theseus was the son of King Aegeus of Athens. Even as a child, stories were told about his courage. He hunted dangerous beasts, defeated bandits, protected travelers. Many believed he was favored by the gods. When the day arrived to choose the next victims, grief spread through Athens once again. Parents wept, children prayed. No one wanted to board the black-sailed ship bound for Crete. King Aegeus could barely bear the sight. Yet, before the names were finalized, Theseus stepped forward. "I will go." The crowd fell silent. The king stared at his son in disbelief. Theseus was not chosen. He was a prince. He could have remained safely in the palace, but he refused. "I will enter the labyrinth," he declared, "and I will kill the Minotaur." Some called him brave, others called him foolish. No one who had entered the maze had ever returned. What chance did one young prince have? Yet Theseus never wavered. As the ship prepared to depart, he made a promise to his father. "If I survive," he said, "I will replace the black sails with white ones before returning home." It was a simple signal, a sign of victory, a sign of life. King Aegeus embraced his son one final time. Neither knew that this promise would one day change history. The black-sailed ship arrived at Crete beneath a sky of gray clouds. The young Athenians stepped onto the shore knowing they had been brought there to die. Soldiers escorted them through the streets toward the palace of King Minos. Crowds gathered to watch. Some pitied them, others looked away. No one expected any of them to return. Inside the palace stood Princess Ariadne, daughter of King Minos. She had heard the stories of the sacrifices her entire life. Like many others, she had learned to accept them as part of the kingdom's fate. But everything changed when she saw Theseus. He did not look like a condemned prisoner. He stood tall and calm. There was fear all around him, yet none seemed to touch him. His eyes carried determination rather than despair. Ariadne found herself unable to look away. Later that evening, she secretly learned his name, the Prince of Athens, the volunteer, the man who claimed he would kill the Minotaur. The more she heard, the more impossible he seemed. No one defeated the Minotaur. No one escaped the labyrinth. Yet somehow, Theseus spoke as though victory were already within reach. That night, Ariadne made a decision that would change both their lives. If there was even the slightest chance to end the nightmare, she would help him. After darkness fell, Ariadne secretly met Theseus. The palace corridors were quiet. Only the distant sound of waves could be heard beyond the walls. When she entered the chamber where the Athenians were being held, Theseus immediately rose to his feet. "You should not be here," he said. "If my father discovers this, he won't," Ariadne interrupted. For a moment they stood in silence. Then Ariadne spoke the words that would change history. "Do you truly intend to fight the Minotaur?" "I do. And if you kill it, then Athens will be free." Ariadne studied his face. There was no hesitation, no doubt, only certainty. She reached into her cloak and removed two objects. The first was a sword. Its blade gleamed in the torchlight. The second seemed far less impressive, a simple ball of thread. "These will help you," she said. Theseus frowned. "The sword, I understand, but why the thread?" Ariadne smiled. "Because defeating the monster is only half the battle." She explained the secret of the labyrinth. No one escaped because no one could find the way back. Its endless corridors trapped even those who survived. "Tie one end at the entrance," she said. "Unwind it as you walk. Then follow it home." For the first time, Theseus realized there might truly be a path to victory. He took the thread carefully. Their hands briefly touched. Neither spoke, but in that moment, something passed between them. Hope, trust, perhaps even love. Before leaving, Ariadne looked at him one last time. "Come back alive." Theseus nodded. "I will." The following morning, the gates of the labyrinth opened. Even under daylight, the structure felt unnatural. Massive stone walls rose from the earth like the remains of some ancient giant. Its entrance resembled the mouth of a beast waiting to swallow its prey. The 14 Athenians stood together. Many were trembling, some were already crying. None wished to enter. Then Theseus stepped forward. He tied Ariadne's thread securely to a stone near the entrance. Without another word, he crossed into the darkness. The others followed. At first, the maze seemed almost ordinary. Long corridors, sharp turns, silent chambers. But as they ventured deeper, confusion began to spread. One passage became 3. 3 became 6. Every direction looked identical. Time lost all meaning. Soon, panic took hold. The sound of frightened breathing echoed through the maze. Then came another sound, a distant roar, deep, powerful, inhuman. The Minotaur had sensed them. The Athenians froze. Some wanted to run, others wanted to hide, but Theseus knew neither would save them. He handed the thread to one of the young men. "Follow this back if you must." "And you?" the boy asked. Theseus tightened his grip on the sword. "I am going forward." Then he disappeared into the darkness alone.